Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be going over a new Rolex model for 2021, the GMT-Master II with the Pepsi dial, as they call it, the red and blue, bidirectional rotatable 24-hour bezel. But also, it's on an oyster bracelet, right? So that's what makes it new, apparently. So we'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, as well as the bracelet. And I'll be giving my thoughts on all of these features as we go on through this video. All right, so starting off with the case, we have a 40mm case from finger to thumb. That's the diameter. We have the monoblock middle case with the screw-down case back and the Rolex winding crown to ensure water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet. All right, so we have also a nice overall oyster steel construction, if my camera would like to focus. Having a little trouble focusing there. All right, so we have a nice high polish along the sides of the case with a satin brush finishing on the front to sort of match with the outer integrated portions of that bracelet, the outer links rather. All right, and finishing with a nice high polish along the sides of the case, again on the 3 o'clock side with the crown guards, also a nice high polish. Okay, and now taking a look at this bezel, we have this bidirectional rotatable bezel, 24-hour bezel, that's made so that you can basically set the GMT without actually having to set the GMT hand, if that makes sense. More on that in a second. All right, so taking a look at this dial, we have basically the matte black dial, the bright black dial as they call it, made extremely dark for that super high contrast with that maxi style dial, the triangle for the 12 o'clock, stick markers for the 6 and 9, and dot markers for the rest of the hours. All right. And underneath the minute hand, let me move it out of the way, we have the date aperture, which sits very neatly under the Cyclops lens that's on this scratch-proof sapphire crystal. All right, so as you can see, that little date aperture is actually pretty little, but underneath the sapphire lens, the Cyclops lens rather, on that sapphire crystal, it makes it extremely easy to read at a glance. All right, and taking a look at the functions for this watch. All right, so it's a bit weird with these GMT Master style watches and GMT Master watches in general, but starting off, we have the first position of the crown. Unwinding it allows you to wind the watch. So if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. Nothing too different there. If you pull it out to the next position, you can then move the hour hand. So this allows you to set the current time based on wherever you happen to be, without actually affecting the rest of the movement there. So the minute hand, seconds hand, and even the GMT hand will continue to tick on as you set the hour hand. All right. Now pulling the crown out to the final position, it hacks that seconds hand so you can stop it and you can then adjust the minute hand precisely. But also by extension, you move the GMT hand. So this is actually the first step that you should take when you're setting the time. So you want to set the GMT hand to wherever your home time is based on where it's pointing on this 24-hour bezel. Now, by default, you can set this 24-hour bezel to the basic 0 position. No issue there. All right. So let's say it's about 10 p.m., wherever home happens to be. And then you can set your hour hand thereafter. And we can say it's maybe 10 a.m. wherever we happen to be. All right, no issue there. But also, you can rotate this 24-hour bezel to give yourself a third time zone. So if your other time zone is saying, it's, say, noon, wherever you happen to be keeping track of for that third time zone, you already have that available just by looking at the bezel itself. And if you ever need that reference for your home time, well, there you go. You can set your bezel back to the 0 mark and you have it at 10 p.m. All right, nice and easy. So you have 3 time zones basically being told on this watch. Very useful for those of you who are traveling and just need to keep track of 3 different time zones. Very, very useful, very handy. All right, so what allows all of this to work, well, besides the bezel, is the movement on the inside. You can't see it through the case back. You do have that added protection from that solid case back. It is the in-house caliber 3285 made by Rolex. It is a superlative chronometer certified movement, so that means it has a plus or minus 2 second per day time differential after casing. So very, very good accuracy and incredibly good precision here. It has the center hour, minute, and seconds hands with the 24-hour display. It has a second time zone with the independent rapid setting of that hour hand with the instantaneous date and stop seconds for precise time setting. Literally, all of that I had just demonstrated. The oscillator on the inside is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high performance Paraflex shock absorbers. So that basically means you can get relatively close to magnets as one typically would during their day, which is hardly ever. And also you can take a few bumps here and there and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping abilities of this watch. It also has a bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor on the inside. So that means you can just simply wind the watch to its full capacity using the winding crown, and simply wearing the watch on your wrist will keep it wound up to the natural, the maximum 70 hour power reserve. That's new for this movement, the 3285. Now, it's literally the same thing as the previous generation, the Pepsi on the Jubilee bracelet. So nothing too new here, literally just the bracelet. And speaking of which, that bracelet on here, the new 2021 model, is the Oyster Bracelet. Now this sort of supersedes kind of the 126719 BLRO model, where that one is all white gold in construction. That was previously the only model that came native with the Oyster Bracelet, all right, when it comes to the newer models and newer movements and modern Rolexes in general. But now this 2021 version now does come native with the Oyster Bracelet, and I think that's largely due to the demand for having a stainless steel version of their GMT-Master II with this sportier Oyster style bracelet. All right, that's just conjecture. You can leave some notes down in the comments to let me know if there's any other reason why they would have the Oyster Bracelet now. All right, we have a nice gentle taper down to the Oyster folding clasp. Again, we also have on these Oyster Bracelet links a nice high polish down the center with satin brush finishing on the outer links, high polish on the edges of those. All right, now on the clasp here we have the safety clasp. So simply lift the bottom of the crown to open the safety, and then lift the top to open the clasp itself. You have the Rolex stamp logo on the inside, and you know that you're certainly dealing with steel there. And while we're here, I can also demonstrate this Easy Link 5mm extension, a very good piece of the bracelet here. So if you have this sized nice and snug to your wrist, and you may, I don't know, walk outside, it's 90 degrees, you just pounded 2 liters of water, and your wrist has swollen up a little bit. Well, no fear, you can just take this off, pull it out, and there you go, a nice half link for you when it comes to the Oyster Bracelet. That's basically 5mm of extra bracelet for you, so you can wear it nice and comfortably even when your wrist is, you know, nice and swollen. And when you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp, and you're good to go. All right, and while we're here, I can also try it on for you, give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. All right, so I have a 7-inch circumference wrist, or 18 centimeters, so, you know, this watch is a little bit big for me. All right, in terms of, you know, just the general case size. So for me, I'm getting a whole lot of bezel, a whole lot of dial, not a whole lot of bracelet. So it is a little bit big for me, but it is made to fit more people because, as you can see, the super case, as you can see, does have a nice general taper downward on the top of the lugs. So it doesn't really extend all that far beyond the 40mm. All right, so you have a little bit of additional breathing room underneath the bottom lugs here, or the top lugs, depending on how you wear it. But in general, if you have a larger wrist, you're going to lose that breathability, but not that that's a huge deal, because you do have additional breathability with these Oyster 3-piece links. there's not going to be an issue. You're not going to be sweating a whole lot, and it's not going to be, you know, pulling out your wrist hairs if you have any. All right. So, and generally at this point in time, the Pepsi does basically speak for itself. It is one of the most desired GMT-Master II watches from Rolex because it has that very signature dial. A lot of people like blue. Who doesn't like blue? And that red is extremely good when it comes to the complementary sort of overall color scheme of this watch. Makes it very easy to tell what time of the day it is, you know, because the red denotes daytime, blue denotes nighttime. Rather simple, very easy, and intuitive to understand. All right. Now, I was going to make a comparison video between this and the previous version of the 126710 BLRO. That's the model number for this. But honestly, there's literally nothing to compare other than the bracelet. And the bracelet is basically all that's different about this year's model, the 2021 model. Right? And they're still making the Jubilee bracelet version this year. They haven't taken it off their website, and we still see it, you know, for sale through authorized dealers. So you can still get this on the Jubilee bracelet, but the Oyster bracelet is now an option should you desire it. All right. So, and again, I was going to make a separate comparison video just, you know, about these two, but honestly, there's literally nothing different. I've taken out my my measuring tools, and they're literally the same. The movement is the same. Dials are the same. Everything's the same. Even the lugs are literally the same. So the only thing that's different is the bracelet. That's it. So now you have a choice in this year, 2021. You can choose the Oyster bracelet. This is the new version. We also have the sort of legacy edition, the Jubilee bracelet. That's if you want the more comfortable feel and overall somewhat more luxurious overall presentation. But if you're going for the more sportier look, then the Oyster is for you. Or if you just like a sort of everyday wear complement to your white gold version on the Oyster bracelet, this is a very solid and very good investment as well, since you can wear this every day without it, you know, basically bending and making, you know, little easy dents and getting a little loose around the hinges there. All right, so that's about it. That's all I have for this video. This has been the review of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, the GMT-Master II on the Pepsi bezel with the 2021 version, the Oyster style bracelet versus the Jubilee bracelet. Well, literally, the Jubilee's just the older version, whereas the Oyster is now available in 2021. That's all it is. All right, so if you have anything else to share about this model, if there's something I missed, leave it down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video as it helps us out. Also subscribe if you haven't already, as it also helps us out more than you can ever know. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, the new 2021 on the Oyster bracelet, or even on the Jubilee bracelet, also still available 2021, you can visit our website at jazztime.com. Links in the description below. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.